Thank you to the First UU Virtual Choir for that lovely offertory. I want to share with you a Sufi parable. The story goes like this. There was once a stream. The small stream moved along, threading itself through the world. The stream crossed plains and curled itself in between boulders. The stream found a path wherever it went. Eventually, the stream reached the sands of a broad desert. Just as it had crossed every barrier before, the stream tried to cross this one, but found that as fast as it ran into the sand, its waters disappeared. The stream, however, was convinced that its destiny was to cross this desert, and yet there was no way. The desert sand whispered, "By hurtling yourself in your own accustomed way, you cannot get across. You will either disappear or become a marsh. You must allow the wind to absorb you and carry you over to your destination." Water, as many of us remember from the Magic School Bus or science class, evaporates. By evaporating and moving across the desert, the stream could fulfill its destiny, but it would, of course, no longer be a stream. Well, the stream did not like this idea. It had never been absorbed before, and it didn't want to lose its individuality. "The wind," said the sand, "takes up the water and carries it over the desert and lets it fall again as rain, which again becomes a river." "But can I not remain the same stream that I am today?" "Even if you continue as you have been, you will not remain the same," the sand whispered. "If you accept the offer of the wind, your essence will be carried away and form a stream again. You are called what you are today, even because you do not know which part of you is the essential one." The stream then dimly remembered a state in which some part of it had been held in the arms of the wind. Then it raised its vapors into the welcoming arms of the wind, which gently bore it upwards and along, letting it fall softly as rain, again, as soon as it reached the roof of the mountains many, many miles away. And because it had had its doubts, the stream was able to remember and record more strongly in its mind the details of this experience. It reflected then, "Ah, yes, now I have learned my true identity."
Now I'm unmuted. Hi, friends. My name's AJ. I use they, them pronouns. I am the Director of Religious Education here at First UU. In the Sufi parable we just heard, we are reminded that the most essential part of ourselves often become apparent when we face unexpected obstacles. We gather every year near the end of the summer for a series of rituals and traditions. Homecoming Sunday, water communion, blessing of the backpacks, teacher dedication. All things that feel odd this year, because they all mark the end of a summer journey, the beginning of new things, and this summer's journeys were unusual and also significantly not over yet. Our rituals of late summer look and feel different because they have to be condensed into essential components. We are on a shared journey. We are each on our own path, of course, experiencing joys and achievements, moments of connection and processing of grief in ways no other person in this congregation can fully know. We are individuals. But this summer, more than any summer in recent memory, our daily lives likely also reflect sameness. The same muted adventures, the same low-grade concern, the same waiting. And so we acknowledge the ways that this year has brought into clarity the interdependent nature of our world. And we acknowledge that this journey is not over, and that instead of a threshold between literal and metaphorical seasons, we find ourselves holding space for a shared trajectory together. In recent years, we have invited participants to write a few words about your summer and onto a sticky note and put them up on posters in the sanctuary. Today, we ask for something a little different. We're going to ask you to consider what a few words, descriptive words, describe your summer and type them into a chat box. What nouns, what descriptions describe your summer? Take a few minutes and put a few in the chat box. We will take all of the words and we'll be creating a word cloud with them to share via email and Facebook this week. So you will see the end result of that. I'm seeing words like long, terrifying rapids and stagnant ponds, feeling irrational and vague, family connections, different. This summer has certainly felt different. Busy, productive, and lazy. Family, injury, healing, time and yet procrastination, sunflowers. So over the course of this week, we're going to create this visual image of all of these and get it shared out to all of you. We also generally share a gathering of waters. And these little blue bottles we've taken on each of our summer travels, be them to wild rivers or sunny Gulf shores or inflated kiddie pool steps from our back door. We fill these little bottles with water in our daily lives, and at the communion, we each bring our water and pour it together. And then we use that water to water the memorial garden at the church. Instead of sharing of a shared pouring ritual today, we offer an invitation. Sometime in the next few days or weeks, as time allows, on a day that the weather is perfect, consider taking a small bit of water from your world, from a favorite bird bath, or from the tap at a home you have become so familiar with this week, or this summer, or from a favorite creek along your walking path, and gather that water into a little jar or cup and bring it to the church. And the invitation is this: come and visit the church. Park near the rain garden and watch the birds and insects come and go. If you feel like it, explore the grounds. Read the placards in the memorial garden wall. Notice the butterflies visiting the pollinator garden along the south side of the building. Visit the vegetable and flower gardens. And then choose a place and pour out your water. We hope that these visits help each of us in our connection to this community and the physical space that our community has called home and will call home for so long. If after you visit, you want to share pictures or a note, please send them to the church office, Maria, not me, at admin@springfielduu.org, and they'll be gathered there. Thank you so much, friends.